Hello, I'm Dr. Alan Simberg. Do you want to turn your intentions into actions? If you do, stop waiting for that perfect moment. First of all, there's no such thing as perfect. When we say, oh, that's perfect, really all we're saying is we like the outcome. What you need to do is you need to give yourself a chance to decide or identify an intention that you want to turn into action. So maybe it might be to start recovery. Maybe it might be to begin abstaining from drinking alcohol, using a drug, or maybe even gambling or watching pornography. And just because you identify it doesn't mean you necessarily have to start it right away. What's important is you need to have a plan. Part of the plan is deciding when you're going to actually start putting that intention into action. It's important that you don't put that intention off too far in the distance because that can build the momentum of not doing. And it's also possible that with the different challenges that you have in your everyday life, you might not even remember to do it, or you could end up being tired and not having the energy to do it. So make a decision of what intention you want to turn into action, and then when you're going to do it. And one of the ways that you can use that could be very helpful for you in helping you to follow through and to start to build momentum is write it down or make a note in your phone or computer. Write it down somewhere, put it somewhere in a place that you'll see it. Maybe one thing you might do is if you put it in your phone, have your phone set an alarm, a notification, and then decide what it is that you want to do. What is that intention that you want to put into action? So, one example might be, let's say you're drinking a certain amount of alcohol, a certain number of days a week. If you want to start out in a small step, just decide on whether you want to cut down on the frequency that you drink alcohol or how much alcohol you're drinking. See, one of the things about momentum is that if you think about accomplishing any task at all, it doesn't even necessarily have to do with recovery. If you're not quite feel like doing it, or if you don't feel quite like doing it, the longer you put it off and the longer you focus on not doing it, there's the potential to build that kind of momentum. So decide on something that you want to accomplish that is doable and do it in a way that you don't spend time thinking about it, but you spend your time doing it. And what you may find is as you do it, you may even increase your intention and put even more of your intention into action. And that's really what momentum is all about. Even when I'm thinking about doing certain things, maybe there's certain tasks I need to do. If I'm not quite feeling like doing it and I focus on that, it's almost like I start to build excuses. Oh, I'm too tired. What's the use? What if I don't finish it? I mean, there's so many excuses we can use. But what I have always found, or at least the majority of the time, the vast majority of the time, is when I start doing it, I build momentum. And sometimes I even end up doing more than I intended to do. And when I talk about my experience of building momentum, I'm not making it about me. My point is to communicate to you that this is just part of human nature. This is a trait that we all share. And if anybody can do anything, if I can do anything, I don't mean anything. Obviously, there's realistic boundaries. But if I can accomplish something that I'm not really feeling like doing, or I don't think I can do it, so can you. It's just part of being human. And so much of what we accomplish has to do with how we think about it and the action that we take. And once you set your intention, don't ever give up. Do not give up. Obviously, if you give up, that's the end of the momentum. Or I guess we could sort of say you're building a different kind of momentum. You need to give yourself a little break. Maybe instead of doing something at that moment, maybe you need to do it a little bit later, but don't put it off too long. Start it as soon as possible. And when you accomplish fulfilling that intention, give yourself credit. Let yourself feel good about what you've accomplished. And what I'm going to talk about in my next video is the importance of building a strong support network for your recovery.